Good to see everyone here, all of you well. So today we're going to discuss sustainable success of Telegram and Tonic system. And I'd like to introduce our guest today. So here my best friend, Foundation, excellent foundation and our conversions, in our partner, whereas like Tom Venture's team, like they focus to invest in fund Telegram yes projects built on Tom. Please welcome her. Next to us is David Schima from Animal Brands, and I hope everyone here knows who is Animoca, but who wants to know. Animoca is, I would say, blockchain gaming, NFTs, and metaverses. They play a crucial role in development of virtual gaming, and especially with the Tonic system. Please welcome David. Next to David, here's a wiki from Ketizen. Ketizen is one of the most favorite GameFi applications within Telegram system. They successfully launched their token and we continue the development with the longer games and extend the universe. So this was wiki, kind of the CFO, the center of Ketizen. And next we have Sergio from Fancy. You already, I hope, watched his keynote about Fancy once. And once again, Fancy is a fun engagement platform that incentivizes fandom to participate in the gamified actions for the British market and other countries leveraging common infrastructure.
I think you have a very old information.
Sorry about that. But actually, Fancy Labs is much bigger.
Yes.
It's quite interesting, like Fancy Labs with the multiple application environment. And last but not least, we have Ilya Sherbakov, co-founder of TomTom. It's a Web3 game publisher and product system responsible for several high-growth titles within Telegram. And please welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, our first topic will be the fact of a Telegram, Minions, and Tonic system all last year. There's a huge and explosive interest in within Telegram in years, and also was a lot of success, but also some frustration with some results and token generation events and listings. Many products have risen, many products have fallen. I would love to ask everyone, what lessons have you learned from like this very first season of Telegram apps and long moving, and how do you plan to ensure your long-term success? And I'd love to ask Dmitry, Daniel first.
Well, it's a good question, to be very honest with you. And I think this was primarily the topic of my starting keynote, but to keep it short, I believe do not try to fool your own self. Do not be after the bullshit metrics. Everyone here on this panel, I believe on this place, is aware that it is not just enough to buy a ton of shitty traffic from different applications, bring them to an app and say, hey guys, we have 10, 20, 60 zillion million users on the bot. It's not going to work. It's all about long-term strategy, respect of your own users, and really understanding that we are here building something that is going to be big. And if all of us we will have the right, not shady attitude towards Stone and Telegram, all of us gonna thrive. It's like when a restaurant is opening on a street, another one, the general revenue of both multiplies by 10% extra. So this is how I see about it, and I think this is the most important part. And also, I started from this, and I would like to end my point with that. I genuinely believe that the cycle of clickers is coming to an end, or if not ended already. So the quality of the products is very, very important, and it's very hard to overlook it.
Yeah, thank you for the session and some topics regarding Fancy success in our games.
So, our biggest bet right now is building something really meaningful for the user and having security behind like just we know thanks to tapping brought a lot of users. So tapping activated them. But let's go further. Let's deliver value that would like literally mature the ecosystem. So that's what we are trying to do. A lot of things that are struggling to get users in common user acquisition models. It could be easier deployed in Telegram and Tom to get the user base that have been deployed already by having applications. So that's thanks to them, but let's go further. And for the Fans Lab, it's a great period. It's like our next kind of not a pivot, but like a evolving and growth period for Fans Labs is bringing valuable applications. I think that's the main thing. Bring valuable applications to Tom and Telegram. So that's
Amen.
I mean,
Can I ask questions as well? Like I have very
Yeah, why
simple.
not? Everyone is welcome to ask the questions.
Yeah, you guys say like build like sustainable apps and all this stuff, but like this is not only about time to earn, right? This is also about the whole narrative of play to earn in general. Like people, most on Telegram, they play to earn something, not because of joy. And what is valuable? What should be done to switch this to like actually people playing because of joy? Because in my opinion, you cannot build sustainable game if you still have this narrative play to earn. I mean, you can, but there's only one way to do it, but I'm also another thing. So I'm just wondering, like, you say, do valuable things, like, do make the next step, but what is the next step?
I'll answer. So the next step, so for example, I think you use a lot of applications from your iPhone.
Never.
You know,
Yeah, of course
you're
I
not
do.
using, maybe you have an Android. You have an Android, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, something valuable is a lot of people around us are using tons of applications in iPhone. So that's the same. It's a distribution tool for the developers to bring their applications to the masses. So Telegram literally right now is the same. So the App Center, all this stuff is about distribution. So valuable is solving some problems or bringing fun. For sure, like if they are incentivized, it's easier to attract users and to grow. But on the other hand, in some period of time, put ends. And you need to find this kind of a core audience that would answer, on the other hand, why they are using this application. So it should solve their problem. Rather to have their free time being fulfilled by some things, or to solve, for example, to order the next year, to have a tarot, to have like some kind of a predictions betting, whatever. So I mean, utility. So it's all about utility and solving the problem. That's for me.
Is it like really about utility or just about like launching tokens? Because again, like you can launch a token which is a Bitcoin, which has no utility, right? Why not?
So regarding the meme coins. So meme coins are generally great because there are two things that they are bringing. One is that you are into something, so you're sharing some vision, some narrative with other guys.
Big vision to make 10x.
Not really. No, not really. For sure, for some people, for the core crypto audience, they can, that's it. But for the other people, a lot of other people, it's all about like stick to something. For like a lot of people are still, holding Dogecoin. Why? Because it's having instance? No. Dogecoin is not growing that fast.
Yeah, I do agree in here that just may add some points from the publisher side of view, because we have seen a lot of projects and we see the analytics from our games. And I will tell you the two trends that I personally witnessed, and I was really curious to ask Ricky later one follow-up question on that note. So what we see in our portfolio is that there are new types of whales, basically. And this is as the people who get the money either from Notcoin or Ketizen actually. And what they do, they are on constant search for a good quality project to invest a few $100s into them, like in meme coins, and see what sticks. Because they do realize that the most gain you get from the app is not when you tap in it, but when you actually invest fiat into it. And this is as the people whose interest already matured. If they initially started playing games just because of the hype, now they're selecting which games to invest. So the market is growing. And like, you know, not all of us, let's say, were born with exquisite taste. Let's put it this way. And we shouldn't forget what happened with Atari. When the whole market basically was down and only Nintendo was able to save it with a strict control to the developers and to what games it is developing. So for me, this is like a natural circle, and the market would eventually outgrow itself. And I think the second bit, we are all right now here in Web3 on Ton, but I think all of us are aware, but still, all of our industry is like a portion, not that big, of the whole Telegram users, which is close to 1 billion. And this goes to my second point, is that we as publisher really see a huge future in, let's call it, viral/social apps. So something that will make a general Web2 guy use blockchain and Ton without even realizing it. I call it, this is my own term, don't kill me for it, Web 2.5. So it's not yet Web 3, but it's already not Web 2. And my question to Ricky was, do you guys also see this kind of whale behavior within your application, people becoming more picky? Let's say when you started and what it is now.
I think, well, actually, I can answer all these questions at once. So, first, I think we are actually been quite successful right now with all the main users, and we are still growing. And I think our next goal will be to have more quality apps and games, and actually, this is our business model. We are not game studio, we do not decide to actually just publish games, but we do input a lot of the improvement and ideas into refining the existing games. So most of the games we cherry picking it. To be honest, we are cherry picking on the WeChat ecosystem. So like we have some KPI for them. They have to be released. Having 10 million users from the WeChat ecosystem, or having a revenue of around $30 million in the WeChat ecosystem, so that we would think those games will be good enough for us to try to bring into the Ton and Telegram ecosystem. So, but for us, it's never like just play to win. I think the people can still just enjoy the entertainment in the game, because but in WeChat they don't have any ads at all, right? But the people still spending like billions of dollars every month. I think in top like 20 games too, they have been profit billions of dollars every month. So for us, we are just trying to cherry picking the game studios and the games from them, and then try to bring it to Telegram. So this is what we are doing. So it is never a problem because Ketizen to us is a platform, so we are incubating more games in our game center and our game system. So for determine 10 more games, I would say if one game is showing a lot of users and a lot of new users to the ecosystem, I would say, okay, we might be thinking of the potential to have for them. Otherwise, for the rest of the game, they can just like be there, and then the people just enjoy the fun and can still play. So I think it is not all pay to earn. Even without the people will still be paying a lot. But I would say the play to earn relative to how us can help us to build the current 40 million user base. I think that was really helpful when we were like starting our first project, but right now it's not in our narrative. And yeah, it's weird to see different kinds of behaviors, right? And yeah, so the question was the utility of if I have more tokenized project in our ecosystem, so what utility? I think right now we are empowering just our platform builder, which is Patty. We are trying to work on a lot of projects like Circuit. I think Circuit they prepared 4 million airdrops, so our credit holders can stake their KT and wait for the airdrop from Circuit because they are partnering
to be listed very soon. So we're talking with a lot of layer 2 and even games or apps project or games project from the US because we do not really have a huge market in the North American market because of some regulatory issues. But we are trying to partner with all the game studios and publishers from these regions so that they can add on to our Canadian models. So in the same time, they can have an increase they can have a user growth and we can have our user growth and our Canadian can earn something. So this is what we have been doing. We have been incubating projects, collaborating with other projects, and say if we have a games which will be tokenized very soon, then the token will also not friendly the token, it's just a meme without anything. If that's the case, I don't think we will be tokenized. I think we will be considering that and like smaller ecosystem in our ecosystem, or we will think come up with something to make sure we have enough utility for that kind of token, because meme is not really our major strength here, because a lot of like big companies are doing good job for themselves, especially dogs and animals. So we try to not compete with them. We try to work on something which have more utility. So this is what we are clearly trying to achieve.
It's intriguing. We already have a lot of insights, but also I'd love to know what the things like this multiple amount of projects in the animal portfolio definitely get some insights. What helps you to succeed and if a sustainable project your portfolio.
Yeah, so before going with that, just want to touch a bit on the pay to earn topic as well, because we have been one of the pioneers in pay to earn life cycle from Axie Infinity and Sandbox. And everything that this matter is gone basically because the competition now is so much more bigger, right? And I think, just the sheer number of games on or not just in Telegram, but also other platforms as well as probably using topic narrative a lot. And I think now the new narrative for games is basically, I think you have to focus more on the game loop and playability of the game itself. Because I think for Telegram, it's a bit like WeChat, but also not like WeChat, right? I think the demographic of the users is different, but the social element is still there, right, for Telegram. I think that's the natural advantage of Tron. So I think make sure to leverage this advantage. Have the game that actually is attractive, and people will be able to pay and earn, right, rather than pay to earn. So I think that will be the next kind of thing, thing that will be coming. And also on the meme point as well, I think meme is good, right? Because I think a lot of crypto tokens are a lot of the value are just the meme elements. Even Bitcoin, how do you calculate the intrinsic value for Bitcoin, right? So I think that's always that element to it. And I think having a community is everything for Web3 and crypto projects. So I think I think meme is basically very important and adds a lot of value to these projects. So for us, I think we have been investing for a long time in not just gaming, not just NFT, but actually diversify a lot into other methods as well, SuperFi, infrastructure, and so on. Liquidity again, I start to see a lot of these new verticals also start to enter into the fund as well, because I think again, of course, is the most natural use case for this ecosystem, and because of the sheer number of people there. But I think there's a lot of potential for this different kinds of method as well, leveraging the large user base and also the mobile nature, right, of the blockchain. So yeah, I think segmenting up more and these different methods as well for us. But not just gaming. Of course, gaming is still one of the biggest.
Michael, I appreciate it. We can move on to the next topic. And well, I would love to know, and I think like our audience would love to know the insights about monetization, because well, actually, business-wise, super crucial. And for example, in Telegram and Yams Anthem, we have a regulation, we backed our foundation, and all the revenue stream we have, for example, listening events, we have super successful campaign with Catches when we receive a significant amount of tokens, and we distribute all those tokens to our community back, and we try to host this kind of narrative, but I don't understand that not all the projects can afford the state to return all the income, all the revenue. So I would love to know your thoughts and strategies on the best and impactful way of monetization of your performance area media projects. Share your thoughts and offers.
Yeah, speaking about monetization in general, about tap-to-earn narrative, I just want to say that the whole tap-to-earn narrative was a gaming of instance on centralized exchanges. In my opinion, this is very important to understand. Like, what those like tap-to-earn apps were doing. They were saying, hey, dear exchanges, dear Binance, OKX, Bybit, whatever, we have so many users that you definitely have to list us because you will get a lot of users on your centralized exchange as well. And because of that, they will actually be getting more like value of each other token. Because what happens when a token gets listed on Binance? They immediately comes by like 20% or something. And the whole like tap-to-earn narrative was a gamification of nothing, a gaming of listings on centralized exchanges. And it was one of the best monetization models for mediums so far, because they were getting benefits from it as well. But unfortunately, it does not work anymore. Like,
It's really short term.
yeah, this is really short term. And it is hard to convince any Tier 1 exchange right now to list your token because we have like millions of users. It will not work anymore. So unfortunately, media apps should think of other monetization options. Here, obviously, in my opinion, there are just like 3 ways how you still can monetize your media apps. The first one, again, it's still a token, but not listed on a centralized exchange, but launch a token which is going to have some kind of utility. 100% Ethereum or Ethereum, like token which is going to be used for the whole game plan.
Means launch a token is speculative.
Yes, people will speculate, that's fine. I mean, that's the nature of Web3, that's like our page. So, launch a token is still like a primary thing. And still you can't get listed on maybe like tier 2 to 3 exchanges. This is one. Second is honestly about ads. So ads, there are like different forms, guys from Ads Graph have spoken today as far as I know. So this is here to stay. Ads will be and already are one of the monetization options that you can have in your media. Because I hope to see in some future when traditional Web2 companies will come to platforms like Instagram and buy ads there, saying, hey, we want this traffic from Telegram. Unfortunately, as far as I know, this is not the case now. Most of the traffic on ads is within Telegram ecosystem. I hope it will change. So these are 2 main options how to monetize right now. There is a third thing which I think not that big right now, but this will grow in purchases using Telegram stars. I'll visit Telegram stars. Tomorrow at the gateway. By the way, who's going to take part at the gateway? Who's not going to take to gateway?
She's joking.
Okay. Tomorrow at the gateway I'll show some numbers about Telegram stars, but they're growing really fast. So Telegram stars, everything related to Telegram stars is one of the best things that you can do. But with Telegram stars, the only thing I want to say here is do not just use Telegram stars. Think of like more sophisticated mechanics. Like even like very easy things like letting your users buy something in Telegram stars and giving them a charge back in the form of their token. It will actually work, and it works quite fine. So 3 things. First, still launch your own token. Second, ads, including Ads Graph. Third, Telegram stars, and sophisticated mechanics to buy stars.
Okay, that's a quite comprehensive overview on monetization strategies. Guys, if you have something to add, feel free.
I have a question to me now. And it's like a very interesting thing. I recently witnessed, let's don't name drop the applications, but it was on the market, and what the guys did, say, hey guys, If you would like to showcase to us that you are an active user, send us 0.2 tons, and among those who will send it, we will allow you a chance to win a Lamborghini. And it will end up, as far as I know, with 9 million.
It's lottery.
Yes, it's of $9 million in total donated in tons. And my question to that, how Apple is looking into it? Because this is, I believe, why tons of apps was banned before.
Actually, this is not in-app purchase of digital goods, right? This is not a digital good.
But it's a transaction.
No, I mean, there are.
We were banned. We know.
I mean, there are Apple guidelines. I believe Glenn also can cover this topic about Apple guidelines. But in the Apple guidelines, they talk only about digital goods. This does not fall under digital goods term. They have like a huge document there. It's fine.
So, participating in a raffle is not like buying a digital good.
Participating in the raffle is quite okay. And if you purchase, I think if you participate in the raffle, probably this is kind of a gray zone. I would say like that. Apple reviewers exist, but they could not cover all the VMs with Telegram. And it's always up to the founders and builders. What's the strategy they have? Either they play trick or treat with the Apple reviewers, and well, the only risk they should take that in Apple reviews will notice something where the report to Telegram team, and Telegram team will have to ban your profile only on iOS devices. And I would say it's like from 15 to 20% of overall traffic. But you still have a chance to unban your post on iOS if you fix the behavior as Apple expect and report it to Telegram team. So each project should decide whether they want to play this game with Apple reviewers and Telegram team or not. And sometimes I would say the profit cover risks.
Yeah. So another raffle for Lamborghini is coming. I heard what I wanted.
And also, there was an interesting case when I don't want to name anyone as well, but like they had airdrop, but you had to make a transaction to get an airdrop. And they were asking you not just to make a transaction, but to pay more than it is needed for a gas fee, essentially. So you are actually paying to get
Overpay for airdrop.
yeah, you will have to make this to pay this small fee, and they earn also millions of dollars on that as well. So just saying that this does not directly fall into the digital goods term. And this is like a kind of gray zone. So you can experiment with this kind of things. But I would not call it sustainable. I would call it one-time event. One-time event which can actually give you a mention somewhere to buy for like $5 million. Good one-time event.
It's more like a PR exercise of some sort.
Okay, and I'd love to move on next. And these days, I think not only despite people, the developers I mentioned, to help to attract the builders and founders of our ecosystem. And our blockchains are actually seeking for successful unified projects, partial finding decentralized applications so we can increase the TVL and other metrics. And I would love to ask our experienced members of the panel, what the benefits on the blockchain for your projects? What engaged you to launch the projects that in Tom blockchain, and I'd love to start your breakthrough from that as well.
Okay, first of all, I have to say honestly, the best benefit that we have is the PR from Tom Foundation, from Top, from the endorsement from Pavel, from Andrew, Andre, and you guys and Kirill just over there. And yeah, I think this is the best to the projects, because when we were first to Telegram and Tom, we don't know how to acquire users. We're not sure where to spend the marketing budget, and I think we got introduced a lot of the partners, the channels, and the KOLs, and a lot of decent partners just from you guys, from Tom Foundation, because Top and Tom is also our investors, so they bring us to all the connections here. So I think that is the best part. And the Tong infrastructure right now, I think the payment is like really fast, but the infrastructure is still improving. Right? Sometimes it can get unstable, but that gave us some edge in this publishing market because when random studios from say from ASEAN countries or China, when they want to publish their games easily on Tong and Telegram or smoothly, I think they have to spend like 2 or 3 months sorting out all the hassles there. But then we have our own SDK and game engine, so if they come to us, I think we can help them to publish in 10 days. So I think this little improvement, this not yet perfect infrastructure leaves us this room to help more studios to come to us and grow our ecosystem together. So I think, yeah, the infrastructure is good, but it's still a lot of room to improve, and it gives us a very big room to help the whole ecosystem.
So I had not a chance to like only Tom. I think we all understand the meaning the meaning power of the Tom in general was and is the distribution. There is no other chain in the world that has this kind of a distribution. And like in any business, distribution is the core thing. So that's why I think the answer is distribution in general. But what else? I think when you go on the early, when you are too early, when the doors are open for interaction, so there is much more upside. So when you are getting the ecosystem early, you've got all the options to build all the support and all the stuff. When the ecosystem became bigger, and I think you guys, being in Tom Foundation, got this right thing. Like when you were only like several people, and then boom, there was like a high demand on mini apps and all the thing. The app center moderation stopped and all this stuff. So when you're early, it's a great thing to be on the radars. So that's why also I started to build Tom, especially there other technical things like speed and all this stuff. I think for the general audience, for the masses, they don't care about the speed, about the other things. They care about the touch points, the endpoints where they interact with the network. So in this way, Tom is simply the best thing because it has a solution. That's the thing.
So, like, I just wanted to say, like, speak from my heart, but also it will be a words of the developers with whom we are working day by day. And I have two, like, points on that. The first one I got recently from one of the developers, and I never thought about this from this perspective. So what he told me when I asked, like, why did you start to build on Tom? Because we are also curious to understand the motivation. He told me, Daniel, before we used different chain, and we went to a few boot camps that they had. And all of those boot camps were people drinking and networking, and no one really cared to explain how to use their chain. So it was more like, you know, escape from the better halves, wives, husband, children, and just like chill. And for them, it was so important that Tom, not just on the website, but in real life, really cares about developers. And this is rare; it's hard to overlook it. And the second bit, just like looking at the teams that are coming to our gates asking for help. Like, I'm 32, and when
You look older.
I'm not sure whether it's a good thing, but such is life. My point is, when the hype of App Store and also the VK.com apps went, I was like what, 20, or even or like younger than that, less than 20. And there are a ton of developers who also missed this opportunity. And right now they are tier 2, tier 3 developers in Web 2 mobile browser games. They have like money for bread, but not for butter. So they might have a couple of million audience, get featured by Apple, but they can just cover their basic costs. But they are experienced. But they cannot compete with the marketing budgets of a big guys like Playlist, Nexters, whatever, Zynga. So for them, it's an opportunity to jump onto something that really rarely presents in life. And this is what I hear a lot from the developers with whom we are working.
Well, actually, I do agree with this. Like we work on the Tron and packaging system from last year, and actually we are getting a lot of support from Tron people, from Stormfire, from everyone. When we need help from Ad Wallet, like they are here like 24 hours. So when the system is down for like because of the instability, we call over, we test over, like we always got supported very quickly. So it is like kind of help to shorten our whole learning curve really well. And the other thing I think I forgot to mention is the prospect of Tron, because when you develop on an ecosystem, I think like, and the extra benefit will be the prospect of rising in the token price, right? Because we all believe that Tron will be keep going up in the near future. I think everyone here believes so, right? At least $10 up. So I think this is also this is the actual benefit which will be giving to the developers. So if they're not making a lot of money right now, but if they grow bigger, the profit will be exponential, because when the user grow, when the ecosystem grow, and the Tron price will go up, the revenue that expanded by us and by our other Tron partners here, I think it's gonna be huge, exponentially going and gonna be huge.
And like the other topic to cover regarding new and successful and sustainable projects in the system is user retention. Actually, this topic is very common for both Web2, Web3 projects and ecosystem. And with the Web3 ecosystem, it's dramatically growing because, well, with the next token generation event or Veridrop, you just easily disrupt and take away to other applications. And I'd love to address this question with David. With this amount of successful project with an multi-brand portfolio, probably for some insights how to keep users engaged and retained in your projects.
Yeah, well, I think I highlighted some points earlier as well. I think, given Tron is a mobile first blockchain, right? So I think, you have to leverage that advantage. But there's also, there's also some disadvantage of that as well. So I think having that element that keeps, the users coming back every now and then, I think is very important. So I think a lot of potential games or that they've already engaged with mechanism, for example, the main setting kind of mechanism, I think, is important. I think ultimately it's about that, having the good product that is addictive, and also that social element, like, because the social element also, keep bringing friends back, you send referrals to each other. So we have that kind of group that we would like to use that again. So and of course finally that economic incentive. But I think the economic incentive, I think is being too focused on or not dance and game, and it might cause harm. So I'll forget focus on having that actual good product, product market fit first, before finding that need a token market fit. I think that's the wrong focus for our project.
And probably can you highlight like the best advices you gave to the project's negotiations user retention?
I usually just say like, hey guys, you definitely have to have like interesting core game mode, but at the same time you have to use Telegram wisely. It means that Telegram is not only about the video. There are a lot of things on Telegram that you have to use to retain users. I mean, there are channels, you have the bot which you can use to send some kind of notifications. You can have social viral things like your friends playing game or sharing a link to the game. One of the best is to retain a user to get feedback. So what I'm saying is first have an interesting game, I'm serving right here, but also use Telegram. I mean, Telegram is such a powerful tool to actually retain users. That's it.
Yeah, and like to highlight your words, I would say that Paolo Duro mentioned that Telegram MES platform achieved 5 million monthly active audience And it means that more than 60% or around 60% of all Telegram users engaged with videos at least once a month. And to summarize our panel, I'd love to ask everyone a short vision. What's the next steps with this huge amount of money, $500 million for Rick and Morty? What's the next steps? How the ecosystem will evolve, I mean, in type of projects or narratives. What would you highlight and what do you expect in a few words? Let's start with
Yeah, I expect obviously better games and more mature games. I definitely expect that we will go down in terms of number of users, not if I find millions, just not be. I definitely expect other types of gaming of listings. I mean, not only up to earn, but still social games that will get so big that listings will have no other options other than to be exchanges will have no other options other than to be spent. That's it.
David, what kind of operations expect?
Yeah, I think now we are going into the next even better phase for Ton. I think now is we focus on quality over quantity. Also having that rapid technical innovation even before TTD is also important. And also discover new mechanics. Instead not just implement the potential better.
Actually, we have a very broad definition for gaming. So right now, we not only just publish the games that we usually play, we also publish trading boards. We also publish a short video genre platform that contains some fun element inside. So I think whatever projects you're working on, as long as it is on Talk and Telegram, feel free to come talk to us. I think we can share some of our user traffic to you guys and help you have a quick start on the project. And yeah, as long as it is fun, I think it's okay. I think this falls into today's topic, the game, right? So just come to us and we can also invest in incubate. But the most important, we have 40 million and still growing traffic, and plus the traffic from Ton. I'm sure that we can grow together.
Yes, and with all the funds labs, what do you plan and expect?
So in general, we think that the main narrative will be quality against quantity is the main flag for us. I mean, in general, for the systems, that's our vision. And also, I think it will be more integrity and more seamless interaction between different platforms. You have users, different seamless IDs, something that will bring your progress in different applications already in the ecosystem, getting users from each other. So yeah, integrity and quality against quantity. These are the two things to me.
Awesome. And well, what do you wish to acquire with the company?
Everyone wishes to learn for quality games, so can I wish for a different thing that we personally struggle with? I see that in addition to a huge gaming market, there is another market that emerging that's kind of overlooked, but it's crucial into everyone's success. Is tools for the market players. So unfortunately, because market is so rapidly developing, for instance, the state of the current advertising platforms is yet to be desired. Not because they are being poorly developed, but it's just like a skyrocket of growth and we can't keep up with the pace. I also see and we personally struggle with analytics platforms. We basically recreating it ourselves with a word that I don't know how to translate into English, so I will say it in Russian, but it'll be custody. If anyone knows how to say it in English, please help me. So,
Sticks and stones.
yes, thank you so much. And it's a big struggle, and I see a big opportunity as much, if not even bigger, because it's less saturated now, on analytical marketing, BI, and tools that will help the developers, the publishers, or any other marketplace to thrive. And this is what I expect to grow rapidly.
I just want to add one thing, maybe a bit or two. When you guys say quality over quantity, I cannot agree with you because it's not about bad quality of games. It's different genre of games, different type of games. Because it may sound like, I don't know, not code was a bad code,
No,
which is not.
No, it's not about the quality of the applications. It's about the quality of users.
Okay.
Because one good user may be more valuable than 30,000 people.
Yeah, thank you everyone. I hope we convinced everyone that Ethereum and central ecosystem is moving and still have a lot of opportunities on the market. And I would say my last word that it's our goal to onboard is 5 million users to benefit from crypto because we already onboarded them somehow to Telegram names and we need to retain stickless users and work them on education and learning and step by step gradually. I hope we will achieve this well expected mass adoption. Thank you everyone for being here.